Hey people, Indrid here, 2v2, Ancestors Rest. I think that's what this map is called anyway. On the blue side, Paranoid Kamikaze with an Apothecary support hero fighting in melee combat. By default begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Alongside, I'm gonna say Cerano. Maybe it's Cerano. That sounds odd though. With a brother captain, a durable hero walking through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support fighting in melee. And on the red side is double Kommando knob time. We have Machine Elf and HeaDCraB already sneaking around. These guys are infiltrating heroes that shoot you, stab you, and blow you up. Orky style begin in ranged combat with a twin link shooter. And look at the damage. That was just 2 bursts of the weapon there. Strat squad coming in, they will smack around the Kommando knob pretty well. Gets the stun. He needs to run back towards the sluggers, I think. Where are they? Oh, they're capping. Double shooters of both the Orc players. Doesn't want to get caught in melee with these guys. Getting smacked around here a bit. Look how quickly they're slicing him up. Needs to run down this stairway towards the sluggers. Oh, he's running the other way. Stormtroopers getting some shots in. Some shooter boys retreating. Here's the engagement then. It's not a good fight for the sluggers. They're getting their burners up. But the Strat Squad will still deal with them. I think the Strat Squad were relatively low though when they got in there. Burners gives them a couple of power weapons and some extra health, but they got sliced up pretty well. Sluggers barely get out. I don't think they're going to be taken down. They're chasing though, aren't they? Getting very close to base. And they're going to drop models pretty quickly here, this Strat Squad. This could be dicey. They dropped 2 models in very quick succession there. That turned into a really bad chase for Cerano. That's the south then, topsy-turvy. Up to the north, flame attacks are bashing power. Gonna get at least 2 gens down. Maybe this was full actually, I'm not sure. Did Machine Elf spend a bunch of power on anything? They got big shooters for these guys. And they got burners on the way for their sluggers. Their sluggers are short a model here. But they're in. There's suppression from aiming. What's that? Apothecary comes in to help. Has the heal available, of course. Yeah, sluggers dealt with that. Barely took damage, the Tactical Marines, actually. Did they get healed? No, they didn't. Apothecary still got all of his energy. That was kind of surprising how little damage they took. Here comes some more Daka. Yeah, but they don't want to get caught all bunched up like that with the flamer. Completely bashed that power then. Maybe the Apothecary should have decapped, but he wants to get some melee going on. Double strike squad for Cerano. So maybe some looters for HeaDCraB to control with suppression. Infiltrated some sluggers here. And there's some Daka. No upgrades for the shooter boys. They go straight for the strike squad. I think they should have gone in on the brother captain there, the sluggers, you know. Because he's not a war boss. He can't stomp. He can't kill the weak like a Chaos Lord. He's actually relatively vulnerable, I think, to early melee squads. Especially when he's got no war gear and level 1 like this. I think they should have gone in on him. But then put him under huge amounts of threat. Strat squad did take a fair amount of damage. They didn't drop a model though. Stun bomb thrown. It's going to stun them, alright. Oh, they retreated. Why did they retreat from a stun bomb? Well, they didn't like it. They're out of there. We have the Assassin's Knife for Machine Elf. Awesome. Really fun melee weapon, I think. With Tripper Shot and Assassinate. It's pretty nasty. Just used Assassinate there. Assault Squad now jumping in for the disruption. Fantastic synergy, of course, with the Apothecary, with the healing and the supporting. Just used Tripper Shot on the Apothecary there, tripping him over and stunning him. Not sure exactly how it works. What is he shooting exactly? Some kind of sneaky commando rope or something, I guess. A grappling hook. Although, it's another piece of war gear that gives him an actual grappling hook. Scouts decapping the Orky natural VP. All 3 VPs that are along this west to east axis here. What is this in the south? It's double strat squad bearing down on ya. HeaDCraB did indeed get looters up, which I think is smart. Hide the guns, hiding them here. Makes them quite nasty because you can turn that, you get that gun firing when stuff is already close to you. And now Knob leaders coming in for the shooter boys. They've got more Daka. The Nob Leader gets a twin-linked shooter, much like the Kommando Nob himself. Purgation, though, to control the sluggers. That was quite a lot of damage there. Stormtroopers could get their sergeant for the grenade as well, but maybe that's over-investing in tier 1. Yeah, Cerano goes to tier 2. Meanwhile, customized Stormbolt to Apothecary gets knocked over. Great way to mess with him. And the assault squad dropped to model 2. Shotgun, no, not shotgun. Oh, shotgun's on the way, but grenade scouts coming in looking for a grenade. Didn't really throw it super well. Maybe he got some kills though. Commander Nob now has the better combat kit for Machine Elf and a Pain Boy on the way here. 389 to 356 on the VPs. Triple cap for the Imperial Blue team. No war gear yet for HeaDCraB. Cerano the first player to go, sorry. As we saw, here's that Pain Boy. Got a peg leg and some git sauce to heal up Orks, which is fun. Great support for sluggers, makes them like way more dangerous because they can stay in a really lopsided fight and get their damage off. Kommando finishes the central cap, throws a stun bomb, and then most likely runs. Does indeed run. Note that he waited for the stun to happen before retreating because he didn't want to take any retreat hits in melee. A little bit of restraint there shown by HeaDCraB's Kommando. Purgation of drop to model there, which does take one of their incinerators away, so it's kind of a big deal. Shotgun blast on the Kommando Nob of Machine Elf. It's quite low now. Throws a stun bomb. Not sure they can do much in this fight without him. And where are the sluggers actually? Pain Boy goes in alone. Tanks damage relatively well actually with the git source up. Just took a swig himself. And now here come the sluggers. Did they use full auto on the Pain Boy there? I didn't actually notice. Yeah, sluggers got torn up. Torn up. Once they get their Nob Leader, they're going to be way more dangerous to those assault squad fellas. It might be that sergeant for those guys is first tier 2 purchase to get that merciless strike. 389 to 268. Nice stun on the strike squad there. The shooters need to split so that you can easily discern who's being chased and get shots in. Oh, they're just coming back to the looters, I see. There's that death gun doing its thing. Tons of damage on the strat squad. Slug goes on retreat path. Can they finish him? Pretty damn close. Down to 17, 16, 14. Down to 11 hit points, but he's going to be okay. Now they're going to decap some power. That's alright. And they can maybe rotate mid and cap up as well. Meanwhile, though, it's Stormtroopers of Cerano. I expected to see some scouts over there capping, but it was Cerano's sneaky Stormtroopers. Sluggers again dealt with relatively quickly. Pain Boy gets full autoed in the face. I guess at least for Machine Elf, the Apothecary can't full auto the Pain Boy and the Kommando Nob at the same time. Just hasn't been able to quite bring it all together at the same time in a big fight like Pain Boy, Kommando, Sluggers. Because all three of those, used well, would be a problem. I mean, they do have the shotgun scouts. But if you were able to get a good stun bomb in, follow that up with a Pain Boy and Slugger push, time the heal, and then throw out a tripper shot. Like as soon as the stun wears off on the Apothecary, throw the tripper shot in and stun him again. It's a lot of moving parts to get right though. Oh, more tax by the way for Kamikaze out of this drop pod, I guess. 389 to 168. Purgation have their model back. Death Dread on the way for HeaDCraB. Tier 3 for Cerano. They did not get any tier 2 units. In fact, didn't even get any tier 2 upgrades. No war gear for the brother captain. He's got level 2 though. Getting their natural back with the shooter boys. And Commander Nob of HeaDCraB gets all the way through, gets a decap. That could be important because they are low on VPs right now. How much red you got? 222 red for the brother captain player. So a bit of a ways off dropping paladins in somewhere. Single cap here. These guys want to bash power. If the burners can get in, it should be a pretty fast bash. You see the Kommando here running interference. Getting some vision. Spotted there by the scouts. Or did he just drop his infiltration? But they bashed the node, but now they want to fight. I think they should have stayed there and bashed the power, you know. Oh, Kommando goes down. Sloppy from Machine Elf. Weird Boy on the way now. That should be great for these fights. Another massive stun that he can use. Especially in that fight right there. Kamikaze had all their stuff grouped up. Dreadnought on the way now for Paranoid Kamikaze. Here's the Death Dread, stomping around, burning stuff, and slashing up. Crack, I think it's like 70 DPS heavy melee. Nasty thing. Those two very lucky to get away. Holy crap. Was that 37 on 2 hit points there? Very lucky strat squad, fellas. Although it looks like Cerano dropped their stormtroopers at some point. Dreadnought is indeed going to make an appearance. They did not go for their tier 3. Scouts again decapping that VP. That's made a big difference. The blue team able to get on that. Double tax and the assault squad is so solid, supported by that Apothecary. Especially if he gets the armor of the Apothecarian up for advanced healing. Dreadnought, not been spotted yet, although I think you have a bit of vision around your downed hero, so maybe they can see it. Sluggers with the Knob Leader. For both now. There he is. It's a 60 DPS power melee chopper, I think. Now supported by that Pain Boy and the Weird Boy. Weird Boy can get Warpath and all sorts of good stuff. Lots of retreats. There's a conversion beamer. Getting some good shots on the Death Dread. Sluggers versus double strat squad. Popping the Swampum. And they messed them up. Holy crap. I don't think they had much help there, did they? Maybe the shooter boys were firing on the strat squad as well. Now they get rid of the brother captain. The dreadnoughts definitely been spotted now. Oh, Cerano lost one of the strat squad there. That was a good fight for... Who's this? HeaDCraB. Now, where's your anti-vehicle, fellas? Could get tank busters up, of course, but I'm sure they love to get their tier 3 rolling. It's a big... Oh, they've got a beamy looter. That'll do a lot of work. 180 armor piercing damage per shot. I appreciate getting the per shot number there. Did that Death Dread shot hit miss? Just don't think it does a lot of damage per hit to vehicles is all. Death Dread running into a lot of trouble up top of your screen. Meanwhile though, Sluggers versus Strat Squad again, supported by a brother captain, whose only support has been We Are the Hammer, I guess, and doing some melee himself. We Are the Hammer is great though. Sword Squad jumping in. Sluggers there to counter-initiate. Where is the Warp Vomit? Waiting for Sluggers to engage, maybe, to do it. Oh, it's a good Merciless. There's the Warp Vomit. Came a little bit late, I think. But the carry just threw out a heal. Does have improved medical equipment and is getting Armor of Purity up. Reducing the cooldown of his heal. Gives him more health and health regen as well. Pretty nice piece of armor, I think. Dreadnought taking beamy looter shots again. Backs the hell away. Sluggers, no, shooters are going to cap the mid. Kommando still down up here, by the way. Maybe HeaDCraB could sneak over there and get a revive. Going to sneak and get a decap at the moment. 352, 111. Tank busters up now for Machine Elf. They'll be very, very helpful in taking down the Dreadnought. And some good disruption. Land Raider Crusader is up for Cerano. As those Hurricane Bolters on the side sponsons, between linked assault cannon and a multi-melter on top, allows you to reinforce off it and grants health and energy regeneration. It's a good Land Raider. Beamy looters are getting shots. Those guys trying to build a warband. I don't think they finished it. Conversion beamer almost takes out the Death Dread. Was using the Electro Pulse as well. Now it slows down by default, I believe, the conversion beamer. Electro Pulse just gives you more of a slowdown on hit. Down goes the Death Dread. Multi-Melter takes it out. Land Raider did take some hits. And they did get away, right? Yeah, the looters got away okay. And those tank busters could get a good barrage on that large target. Oh, they did not get their Kommando buddy up. 308 to 111. Kommando squad on the way now for HeaDCraB, and there's the tier 3 for Machine Elf. Merciless Strike. Git Source comes in. But it was just too much for them to deal with. Double tax with the Flamer on one and the Assault Squad. Only dropped a single model though. That Git Source heal makes a big difference, but the Weird Boy wasn't around there to support with the Warp Vomits. Power bashing with the Land Raider Crusader. Here's the Kommando squad getting their Knob Leader for the rocket launcher. And this Kommando Knob could also get the rocket launcher. What is this though? Gotta be Paladins, right? It is indeed Paladins. Unique to the Brother Captain. 5,400 hit points, heavy melee, Nemesis Demon Hammers, inspirational on kill, all the good stuff. Super heavy infantry armor, of course. They'll be brushing off that shooter fire quite a lot. Uh-oh, looters might wipe. Sluggers there to counter-initiate. Looters maybe get away. It's going to be close. 16 hit points. They did not actually get away. Not sure what finished them. Strat Squad getting messed up, though. Sluggers also very low. Couldn't quite finish off the Strat Squad, but the Sluggers also got away with just the Knob Leader. So at least they don't have to rebuy that guy either. Orks are taking the mid. Where's the Dreadnought? Dreadnought is nice and healthy. Now has an Assault Cannon. And the Dark Age of Technology is queued up for tier 3. Scout spotting an explosive over there. It was this booby trap. 304 to 70. Should HeaDCraB be like focusing on the revive? Oh, Brother Captain went down. They've had to fight quite a lot of this game with only one hero up, the red team. Some stormtroopers on the way for Cerano so they can repair the Land Raider. The scouts of Paranoid could also repair it. These guys are becoming Vanguard veterans. Basically better at fighting, but not quite as good utility because they lose access to the Melter Bomb. Trying to defend their VP here. This Dreadnought is really far forward. Tank busters, can you get a good volley in? Kommando squad also getting their rocket launcher shots in. They got some damage on it. Vanguard veterans need to be very careful in there. Double sluggers on them would tear through them pretty quickly, I think. Looted tank on the way for Machine Elf. I don't see flash kits, I don't see knobs. Which means Paladins are a big problem. Because they would mess up a tank if they can chase it and catch it. And with the conversion beam, they might be able to. Could also offensively use their teleport, of course, to get in there. War Banner going up in a strange place. It's a very forward position for it. Front foot Orks are usually pretty strong Orks. Just get in your opponent's face. Paladins went for the decap, but they got shot by a tank. I don't think Machine Elf even knew they were there. Just a shot by chance because it was close enough to shoot. Vanguard veterans with the jump. There's the War Banner activated. Gives you... They're not massive buffs on the banner, but they last like 30 seconds, I think. And of course it was stacked with the actual War that you do. And that was a bunch of Orks using their War there. 220 to 48. Decent barrage from the Dreadnought. Now it's going to take some pressure though from rockets. Commander Knob finally goes for the revive. Able to bring his entire army up here to support the revive, but here comes Paladins. And the Brother Captain with the flank. Strat Squad barely making it out. Oh, should have saved the warp vomit for the Paladin, surely. Now we have a rocket launcher commando knob. By the way, it was an awesome anti-vehicle weapon. Sluggers on the Pain Boy in on the Paladins. Those guys are shooting. Oh, they're shooting at Purgation. Tank also getting shots in. Sluggers have to retreat, of course. Tank needs to get moving as well. And here's support now from Paranoid Kamikaze. Level 4 Apothecary. Those Paladins could do with the heal. They're still chasing. Needs to keep that tank moving. Needs to basically just give it an order all the way back at base at this point, I think. Just get it moving. Still haven't dropped to model the Paladins. Land Raider Redeemer on the way now for Paranoid Kamikaze. They need knobs. HeaDCraB is struggling to keep a handle on some power income, I think. Yeah, map looking quite blue. 114 to 48. The Orks do have a double cap. And Cerano is quite depleted. They lost their Purgation and the other strat squad. The camera did not like me trying to select the Paladins when they were inside the Land Raider there. What is this? It was shooters trying to bash, but they met a Dreadnought. Oh, and some Stern Guard veterans with their Hellfire rounds loaded in. Taking out this War Banner. That War Banner did some decent work. Did they not get red for that? Crusader kind of milling around the mid. Taking some hits. It's going to be tough though with double Land Raiders in the mid. That's going to be very tough. More tank busters for Machine Elf. And it's not a bad shout when you've got a Dreadnought and a Land Raider and another Land Raider you haven't even seen yet to take down. But you know what else could take those things down? A Knob Squad. Not sure if they had the power for one, maybe not. There is a Rocks. Paladins using their teleport offensively. The Rocks forces the Land Raider forward. Vanguard veterans on the Weird Boy there. I think it's going to be alright. Tank busters also get away. Another Rocks. Kommando needs to shoot the Land Raider. There he goes. The tank is just trying to escape the Vanguard veterans at the moment. He's got it pretty low, but now he's tied up by the Brother Captain. Captain takes him out, had the Nemesis Demon Hammer in play. Triple cap for the Orks though, 43 to 48. Look at those sneaky commandos. They went and grabbed that VP, I think. Still the triple cap. Paladins are capping the VP. Commandos unload. And the other commando's going to get revived. And they're going to take this Land Raider out, I think. Yes, they are. Land Raider's down. GG. Says Cerano, is it going to be a double cap and a victory for the Orks? I think it bloody is. Wow, they did it. The sneaky Orks did it against double Land Raiders and stuff. This guy was quite far back. That was awesome. Awesome sneaky Ork capping. I thought the blue team were just going to power through there. But you got to watch your VPs. Level 6 Apothecary for Kamikaze. Brother Captain was level 6. Had the Holy Armor of Titan at the end. And the Commander was level 3. This guy was down for a while. And HeaDCraB, level 4. Awesome stuff. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.